Hi all, this is Dr. Raj Sankar. Um, I have a myriad of experiences as a clinician, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a teacher, and also a ground level worker at the grassroots levels, running operations and substituting for people who don't show up. Today, I'm going to talk about how the existing senior care in the US healthcare system can be approached so that it can benefit our seniors, and how you can be proactive in taking steps way ahead uh, before you hit 65, so that the whole system actually works for your benefit. For example, let's tackle the first thing. First thing is insurance. You pay insurance for auto, you pay insurance for home. You can also pay insurance for your health. There is some, along with health insurance, there is something additional insurance called long-term care insurance. The earlier you get the long-term care insurance, the less your premiums are going to be, because your comorbidities or diseases you suffer from are going to be less on your list. Just like how your life insurance policy premium is less when you are younger compared to when you hit 40, the premium bumps up significantly. So, shopping around for long term care insurance is a good strategy for all the young dads and moms and families around 40. If before 40 is better, but before 50 is even, if you're 50 is good, but after that, your long term insurance premiums are going to shoot up significantly. So, by investing in the long term care insurance, what you ensure is the amount of total spend you have on your health over your lifetime is going to decrease significantly per month. Though you are initially paying up into the system pays you back because the system is holding your money, they are generating money, they are generating money better than you would on your own. So you're paying into the system so that you can afford yourself peace of mind and ensure that you get proper care, and money not be the speed bump in your road to health. Number two, I would tackle on is understanding your Medicare and Medicaid system. You can go to the Office of Aging or your counties or call Medicare, and there are a lot of Medicare insurance players around who can guide you, counselors who can tell you like what is the best program that you can ensure there is Medicare, Medicare Advantage, Part D, Part C, stuff like that. Things you need to understand, because every Medicare program needs to be tailor made to your individual needs. And we can significantly go ahead and do the programs as such so that we can help you ensure the best possible tailor-made program that you can serves you better in the long run. The next step I would say is investing on your health before it goes low. There are two junctures in your life where your life can take a significant downstep or upstep if you don't take proper care. It's around your mid 40s, like 43, 44, and again 63 to 65. So these are two age groups where your health significantly goes down if you don't do significant upkeep. So getting into primary care system, preventive care system, integrative medicine, functional medicine, or having a decent primary care doctor or a life coach or a health coach, not life coach, but health coach, to help you take major lifestyle changes so that you can take the right steps to ensure the significant dip in your health doesn't affect you as much in the long term. Um, this is the third one. And the number four, I would say, is being part of a community. Because being in a community, we are not lone wolves. Man, human being, women are supposed to be social beings. Earlier, we used to live in joint families, have a lot of community support. We used to say a child is raised by a village. But that doesn't happen right now because there is so much economic freedom that people think they can do it all. But remember, we cannot do it all. We are not supposed to do it all. We are not genetically trained to do it all. And it is impossible. It will only create a strain in our system, our mental, physical, emotional well being in the long run. Take help. Ask for help. All they can say is no. Ask again. If not, ask another person. I am sure there are enough good people in the world who will try to help you, who consider your well-being important. There must be family or friends in your surroundings, at least one of them. Just the fact that you can hope that you are supported is much stronger than actual support, because I think we are capable of doing it all. But we need the fallback plan because humans are scared. We work from fright, flight, and freeze mode. You have had fright and flight before, but freeze is another mode where you cannot take action. So these are three ways, the fuck ups I call them. Let me beep it there, but that we do to ourselves when we are stressed. So let's not get there. Let's use, I will not F bomb here, but let's use this, pivot it in our favor. Instead of let's not F up, let's favor it up and flavor it up to make our lives and enhance it into a better mode. What happens with all this is the quality of life improves significantly, and this leads to quantity of life, but also the productivity, the contribution, the purpose, how we serve, how we look at life, everything goes up significantly. These are some basic 5 pointers. And as we delve into the subject and research more, I'm sure we're going to get many more things that are going to serve us as individuals, as a society, as a family, as a society, as a community, as a country, and as a world. I think there is strength in numbers. There is strength in collective thought, collective action, and collective intention, and collective criticism, and collective modifiers, and collective streamlining with some vision in place, which can be collective, it can be through a leader, it can be individual, it can be anyway, through the thought leaders. It doesn't matter. Inaction is a bait for failure. Do continuous small incremental actions. It can be 0.001%, doesn't matter. Actions have a cumulative effect. They have a logarithmic growth when done positively, and also they can go down the path if you do it negatively. So it is very important to take actions that are significant, the actions that can cause a butterfly effect, the actions that make you be a better person every day. These small actions are much more significant than thought, than dwell, than criticism, than being under the scanner, giving tests, searching for your identity, not knowing what your purpose is. No, it doesn't matter. All these are small. Take small positive actions. And these positive actions will significantly modify your thought process. Give it 30 days, give it 60 days, give it 90 days. It usually takes 90 days to formulate an idea and strengthen it in your mind. It takes 6 months of practice to solidify it, and years of practice to make it part of your being. So, all of you, ask me anything you want, and I'm here for you. Take care. Bye.